Why does the United States pay higher drug prices than other countries? Because America's the only country in the world where 340B hospitals mark up drug prices and PBM middlemen charge billions in hidden fees. Meanwhile, Americans subsidize the research and development for new cures. Other countries benefit, but don't pay their fair share. Crack down on the middlemen. End the free riding. Lower drug prices. Go to balancethescales.org to learn more. Paid for by Pharma.
As a contractor, I don't pay for materials I don't use. So why would I pay for stuff I don't need in my mobile plan? That's why the new MyBiz plan from Verizon Business is so perfect. Now I can choose exactly what I want, and I only pay for what I need.
Right now, with MyBiz plan, get our best price, as low as $25 a line. Visit verizon.com/business to get started today. New lines only. Price per month with 5+ lines. Includes auto pay and paper-free billing and promotional discount. Taxes, fees, economic adjustment charge. Applicable add-ons, prices, and terms apply. Guarantee applies to base monthly rate and stated discounts only. Add-on prices additional. Offers end June 30th, 2025.
It's a Minimalist Monday edition of Optimal Finance Daily. Frugality is a compounding game, Part 1, by Liz of Frugalwoods.com. But it only costs $20 or $10 or even just 5 measly bucks. So what's the big deal? It's remarkably easy to lull myself into thinking that a couple dollars spent here or there won't amount to a hill of beans. Oh, but there are so many things one can cook with a hill of beans. When I start to think this way, I remind myself that frugality is a compounding game. Or more accurately, money is a compounding game. Either it compounds in your favor if you're saving and investing, gold star, or it compounds to your detriment in the case of debt, sad face. Rarely do our financial decisions exist in a vacuum. Rather, our spending habits are ingrained grooves that we repeatedly grind along. Whether it's as catastrophic as continually maxing out credit cards we have no ability to pay off, or as pedestrian as shopping every week at an expensive grocery store. Cough, Whole Foods, cough. We are what we repeatedly buy, and our ultimate financial destiny is enshrined in the spending decisions we make on a daily basis. But I'm not a devotee of onerous, multi-part budgets or time-intensive coupon-cutting ordeals. No, indeed. My easy trick is to simply embrace frugal habits, which provide a lifetime of savings with very little effort. I'm all about efficiency, and repeated autopilot frugality is by far the most efficient means of not parting ways with your money. Don't sweat the small cents. In the vast ocean of money-saving tips and tricks, how does an emerging frugal acolyte decide where to start thrifting? Easy, my friends. Focus your frugal energies on reducing or ideally eliminating your continual repeated expenses. After you comb through every dollar you spend in a given month, I recommend using personal capital for this task. Isolate the things that crop up on a regular basis. For most folks, these repeat offenders are things along the lines of groceries, household supplies, insurance, haircuts, custom-made guinea pig outfits, restaurant meals, clothes, chainsaws, the everyday stuff of life. By reducing or banishing your spending in these repeat offender categories, you'll permanently lower your overall spending each and every month. As you're performing this expense review, don't get caught up in the necessities mindset and simply gloss over something like an astronomical grocery bill thinking it's a sacred cow. Yes, food is a necessity, but expensive food is most certainly not. This might require changing your mindset or your approach. For example, if you have a haircut that's entirely too complex to cut at home, then you might consider transitioning to, a more manageable haircut. This is the lifestyle shift element of frugality. It's not only about spending less, it's also about creating a simpler life where you require less money in order to achieve happiness. Banishing repeat expenses, the haircut edition. One of my favorite examples of a repeated expense are haircuts. Why? Because most people get haircuts and most people pay for them. And given the fact that hair continually grows, most people find themselves paying for thousands of haircuts over the course of their lifetime. What if I told you that I'll let you in on the one secret trick to snaring free haircuts for the rest of your life? Okay, it's not actually that much of a secret. All you have to do is cut your own hair at home or have a friend, partner, or spouse cut it for you. When I first started cutting Mr. Frugalwood's hair at home 4 years ago, I couldn't predict just how much money this would save us over the course of a month, a year, or a lifetime. In retrospect, that's exactly what I should have calculated, if only for my own affirmation. Now, in hindsight, I can perform this favorite exercise of mine, calculate how much we've saved over the years. For his very first buzz cut, the style my main man rocks, Mr. Frugalwoods trotted off to the barber and slapped down $23 for his due. As anyone with a buzz cut will tell you, this is an absurdly high price for 2 reasons. Number 1, buzz cuts are not a difficult style. And number 2, she or he who has a buzz cut must get said hair buzzed approximately twice a month in order to not appear shaggerific, a technical term. Hence, we can bust out our Frugal calculator, which by the way is the same calculator I've used since high school, and do a bit of figuring. $23 per haircut times 2 haircuts per month times 12 months in a year is $552. Not bad. Oh, but wait, we've been DIY buzzing for 4 years now, which gives us a grand total of $2,208 saved, which is more money than we typically spend in 2 months' time. Dang, people. Now, we did have to purchase these wall clippers for our buzzing escapades, but this one-time expense of $18.99 has paid for itself many times over. Change your mindset, save money. Hold on to your garage sales source seats, because we don't just DIY Mr. Frugalwood's haircuts, we DIY mine too. Being a lady who previously wasted way too much money, time, and effort on my appearance, I used to indulge in $120, that's with tip included, haircuts 4 times a year. For those of you following along with your Frugal calculators or your epic math brains, I spent an embarrassingly high $480 a year on my hair. Yikes. I was a slower convert than Mr. Frugalwoods to the DIY cut. I basically delayed getting my hair cut for close to a year because we'd commenced our extreme frugality regimen, and thus I didn't want to get my absurdly expensive salon cut. Nor did I see the point in spending $20 at a cheaper joint when I knew we could cut it at home for $0. But I had to first change my perspective. I'd previously dropped so much dough on my grooming because I was under the mistaken impression that I needed to. I went through an entire process of disavowing perfectionism, especially as it pertains to my appearance, which ultimately liberated me from a whole slew of beauty-related expenses, not to mention the amount of time these rituals consume. I'd fallen for our culture's clarion call for women to look a certain way, and I was paying for it dearly. When I finally let go of caring what other people think, I was free to do what I wish with my hair, which, as it turns out, is have my husband cut it in our bathroom for free. And you know what? Not a single person noticed this change in my hair regimen. I didn't lose my job. No friends deserted me. I wasn't suddenly less of a woman. A salient lesson for me in the universal truth that no one cares how we live our lives as much as we do ourselves. After getting myself right in the head, I began my campaign of imbuing Mr. Frugalwoods with the confidence that he could manage my haircut and that I wouldn't divorce him if it turned out badly. An actual conversation. I'll admit, we were both fairly tense as the scissors neared my locks. But then Mr. Frugalwood's heretofore hidden talent as Vidal Sassoon sprung forth and my hair turned out great, with layers and angles around the face and everything. Just kidding, guys. It wasn't a hidden talent. We just watched a bunch of YouTube videos on how to cut hair. Life really is easy thanks to the internet. I then wrote this step-by-step how-to so that you too can cut your own hair at home. Hesitant about a home haircut? Chew on this. Hair will grow back. Your money won't. To be continued. You just listened to part 1 of the post titled Frugality is a Compounding Game by Liz of Frugalwoods.com. If you've shopped online, chances are you've bought from a business powered by Shopify. You know that purple Shop Pay button you see at checkout? The one that makes buying so incredibly easy? That's Shopify. And there's a reason so many businesses sell with it, because Shopify makes it incredibly easy to start and run your business. Shopify is the commerce platform behind 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. Shopify gives you that leg up from day one with hundreds of beautiful, ready-to-go templates to express your brand style and forget about the code. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/OFD. Go to shopify.com/OFD. Shopify.com/OFD. When investing your money starts to feel like a second job, Betterment steps in with a little work-life balance. It's the automated investing and savings app that handles the work so you don't have to. While they build and manage your portfolio, you build and manage your weekend plans. While they make it easy to invest for what matters, you just get to enjoy what matters. Their automated tools simplify the complex and put your money to work, optimizing day after day and again. So go ahead, take your time to rest and recharge, because while your money doesn't need a work-life balance, you do. Make your money hustle with Betterment. Get started at betterment.com. That's BETTERMENT.com. Investing involves risk, performance not guaranteed. I'm thrilled to be able to feature an article from Frugalwoods today. This is one of the blogs I discovered when I was just getting started cleaning up my finances, and it had a profound effect on my mindset. When it comes to frugality, I think a deep mindset shift is important so that it doesn't end up feeling like deprivation. For me, it's not enough to not buy a Tesla, for example. I also want to not desire a Tesla. By shifting my desires to align with a simple, low-cost lifestyle, I don't have to rely on willpower to spend less. And the way I achieved this deep mindset shift was by reading about frugality and minimalism every day. I feel like I had to go to battle with my consumerist conditioning and replace it with a deep appreciation for the good fortune I already have. And just as Liz questioned if she really needed to pay someone else for her haircuts, frugality opens the door for us to question many of our expenses. Is this really a need, or is it more of a want? And if it is a need, is there a more resourceful way to get this need met? If you're anything like me when you go down this road of exploring frugality, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by how little you actually need to be happy. And you might even discover that creativity and resourcefulness is more satisfying than spending money for the sake of convenience. One of the things I really love about my frugal habits is that I've been pushed to explore the satisfaction of actively creating versus passively consuming. And that should do it for today. Have a happy rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow, where we'll finish up this post and where your optimal life awaits.